Tokyo, arguably the most fascinating and bizarre city on the planet. A sprawling metropolis of skyscrapers and neon where nearly 40 million people live and work with unrivaled efficiency, blending in perfect harmony with all-out weirdness. So can you handle the chaos? My name is Ricky Moreno, and I'm going to show you the most popular tourist attractions in the city and all the reasons why
I love Tokyo.
I love you, Tokyo.
私は東京が大好き。
I love Tokyo.
Welcome to Tokyo. Brace yourself, because when you arrive at Narita Airport, you have so many options to get into central Tokyo. You have express trains, regular trains, shuttles, buses, shuttle buses, taxis, low-cost shared taxis, rickshaw. But I highly recommend you just go for the Skyliner, which will take you directly into central Tokyo in about 40 minutes. Costs a little more than the others, it's about 20 bucks, but they're always on time, they run frequently, and it's definitely worth the cost to avoid just having your head explode in your first hour of Tokyo. Tokyo is a massive city, and it's unique for tourists in that it's not so much an abundance of attractions to visit, as much as it's a city where you kind of just let yourself get lost and the experiences will find you. That's why it's not so surprising that one of Tokyo's most popular attractions is a street corner. This is Shibuya Crossing.
every time the lights change, for 2 minutes it looks like a sea of humanity flooding the streets. Pedestrians spill into the intersection from 5 different directions, while skyscrapers and jumbotrons tower above. Shibuya Crossing is like New York's Times Square on steroids, and experiencing this for yourself will no doubt change your perspective on what it means to be in a crowded space.
The Hachiko statue sits right here in front of Shibuya Station, forever waiting for its owner. And it's one of the most iconic and recognizable statues here in Tokyo, and also one of the favorite meeting places for tourists and locals alike. In fact, it's where I'm finally going to meet my online friend Yuki, and I have one of her most recent pics, so I'm going to look around for her. That shouldn't be too hard.
This is Harajuku, and in Harajuku, youth is exaggerated. And I have to admit, I felt a little out of place here, kind of like the old guy at a high school party. But it's famous for its colorful shops, kawaii attitude, and novelty foods. And it's become a cultural hub for Japanese people who decided they never want to grow up. Some people come to Harajuku to see all the cosplay girls who dress up as anime characters, and some people come to see all the latest weird teenage fashions and people watch, but I come for a very different reason.
The flight is 200 yen per person for every 10 minutes. Sorry, you have stayed 30 minutes at minimum. Pay after casually. Please check the loop. Please do not chase the cat. And please do not carry and hug. Yeah, fitting only. Please do not feeding food and drink. Picture came but no flesh.
I couldn't resist an opportunity to see the bizarre phenomenon that is a cat cafe. Most people visit to hang out for a while and pet the cats, while others are here just to hit on the girls petting the cats. Either way, it's pretty weird.
Owning pets in Japan is forbidden in so many places that this is really the only place that they can get their fix on playing with kitties. I mean, it's very relaxing.
It's super early in the morning at Tsukiji Fish Market. This is when the market is buzzing with activity. Vendors have been setting up shop here for about 20 generations and sell what seems like every kind of fish imaginable. Restaurant owners come here every morning to fill their kitchens, while tourists come here to fill their appetites.
Tsukiji is the largest fish market in the world, but keep in mind that it's a fish market first, tourist attraction second. So that means that half the fun is going to be dodging these little trolleys as the workers are moving fish from one place to another.
If you venture far enough into Tsukiji, you'll find a side of it that tourists often overlook: the inner market.
No photos? No photo. Oh, okay.
Millions of fish are butchered here for human consumption every day. The inner market is not for the squeamish, and definitely not for vegans. Witnessing what goes on behind the scenes here makes me really appreciate all the spicy tuna rolls I'm about to eat for lunch. If you can look past all the blood and guts, you'll see just how impressive this market really is. Tsukiji serves as a testament to the city's commercial efficiency, and it's a crucial layer that adds to the ever-growing and evolving identity of Tokyo. Tourists are allowed into this area for only 1 hour a day between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. But believe me when I say that it's 1 hour that you'll never forget.
If it lives in the sea, you're gonna find it here at Tsukiji. You can smell fish, see fish, eat fish, and possibly even become a fish at every corner of this market.
Tokyo has a rich and glorious history that stems from important spiritual sites like Senso-ji. This temple was built 1,400 years ago when Tokyo was nothing more than a small fishing village. And since then, devout Buddhists have been making the pilgrimage here to deepen their connection, devotion, and commitment to their faith.
Senso-ji has defied all odds. It survived fires, wars, and the test of time, making it Tokyo's oldest and most visited temple. And while a day like this, with so much rain, might slow you down a little bit, it really gives Senso-ji a feeling of vibrancy and creates an energy, a sacred energy.
I think these old temple walls are gonna last forever, just like the rain pouring down on top of my umbrella. I'm with the locals, keeping it traditional in this big old modern town of Tokyo. And they still come here after all this time to find their zen, to find a peace of mind, and pray for a sign here in Tokyo. This is Tokyo.
As crowded as Tokyo is, it would really suck to be claustrophobic and live in this city. But Japanese people have a huge respect for personal space, especially on the metro. And it's very quiet on the trains. Maybe a little too quiet.
You have a couple options to use the Tokyo Metro, but it seems like the card of choice is called the Passmo card, which you can get at these kiosks at the entrance to basically every station here in Tokyo.
And once you accept the fact that you're probably gonna get lost at least once, it'll become much less frustrating trying to find your way. Sometimes you may know where you're going, but find that you're forced into another direction because of masses of commuters moving like schools of fish. You have no choice but to go with the flow.
The hardest part about using the Tokyo Metro is that there's always just so many people just constantly regenerating and crowding around you, and it makes a simple little metro trip just mentally and physically exhausting. Just being squeezed in here and squashed over there. Oh my God.
Akihabara can be a sensory overload, fulfilling fantasies for the tech crowd with its many discount electronics stores, to the gamer crowd with its giant arcade buildings, to the porn anime crowd with its maid cafes, where young girls in costumes cater to men and call them master. It may be innocent, but still creepy.
One thing that can definitely keep my interest in Akihabara is something called Purikura, which is taking photos in a photo booth.
I love you, Tokyo.
Taking a walk through one of Tokyo's many parks will bring you the peace and serenity you may need during your time here. Great pride is taken in keeping these parks beautifully manicured and well maintained, and I just so happen to be here during a very special time of year.
The Japanese call it hanami, which is viewing cherry blossoms. And here in the National Gardens, it's the first bloom of the season. And even in the rain, the locals are still coming out to take photos and obsess over these cherry blossoms. Coming to one of the parks in Tokyo is a great way to escape the endless crush of people in the city, at least for a while.
Kabuchiko, the red light district of Shinjuku.
This is a Tokyo that you've always imagined it to be. Just come, have a drink, grab some sushi. This is extreme Tokyo.
Shinjuku is a nightlife mecca with its crazy maze of alleyways full of neon signs, luring you in to sake bars and sushi restaurants around every corner. It's gonna be hard to leave such an amazing place. But there's still one last thing I have to do before I go.
Tokyo has some amazing food, and it would be a shame to leave without trying authentic ramen at least once. All right, let's see if I could figure this out. English menu. Oh, I gotta put money in first. Okay, put my money in. I'm gonna go with this one. Soy sauce taste. And it prints me a ticket.
There's so many things to see and do in your tour of Tokyo, and there's no way you'll get to all of them in just one trip. This city has a huge learning curve for tourists, but don't let it intimidate you. Come, immerse yourself in the chaos, and I promise you won't regret it.
No more time to beat the soul, baby. I want to beat the soul crazy. I just want to beat the dope, baby. One time to beat the dope, baby. Overtime to beat the dope, baby. I want to beat the